Every Monday after a game, we do our How Eval and give you our grade. If you want to chime in, you can at 800-636-1067. I'll lead off, and I'm willing to make a season-long proclamation at this point. 6 games in, I thought there was a good chance Jacoby Brissett would be playing some quarterback this year, and I don't think he's going to play but for an injury. Now, that could happen given the amount of hits that Sam Howell takes. But I'll give him an A- for yesterday's game. Made some good throws. And look, you had a Jahan Dotson drop. You had a De'Ami Brown. All right, that's a tough ball to catch. It seems like De'Ami is on the end of like almost catches a lot that I wouldn't call drops, but they're also catchable. You know, he's got to lay out for some of them. They're kind of always on the tip of his hands. They're just misses. But they're also really nice throws. Compared to Desmond Ridder, who, you know, Jason brings up, it's just one throw. But when you have a guy streaking wide open, I think it happened a couple times. Yeah, you just got to be able to make that throw. To hit that guy. And he missed. And
that's a huge
like on a flea flicker, a wide open throw. And look, guys are going to miss throws. But overall, I was just looking at the season-long numbers. So I'll give him an A- for the game. He takes too many sacks. I mean, maybe you drop it down because the second half they didn't do anything offensively. But I'll stick with my A-. On the year, he's 20th in QBR. He is 15th in passer rating. And the Bills game, all right, you got 4 interceptions there. But outside of that, I saw somebody break it down. So in 7 starts, you know, overall in his career, he doesn't have that many interceptions. It's 6 this year. He had 1 in the Dallas game, right? So that's 7 in his career, but 4 of them in 1 game.
Right.
Yeah. So my worry with the young quarterback is turnovers, and for the most part, he's taking care of the ball. He's not putting up gaudy numbers.
In 5 of the 6 games, he took care of the ball. It was just really, really bad in that Buffalo game.
Yeah. So I'll give him an A-.
I'll give him a B just because in the second half, the offense was not good. The overall numbers for Howell, 14 completions, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's good. And he didn't turn the ball over. But the offense in general was just really stale in the second half. And, you know, it's not all on Sam. QBR ended up being 37 for the game. Just by comparison, it was 32 for Ridder, who turned the ball over 3 times. But I would agree with you. I mean, he's done enough to me, in my eyes, that he probably should not lose this job based on performance. I thought he probably would. Maybe not by week 6, but he certainly has been the reason that they've been in some of these games. I'm not going to give him an A just because the offense wasn't very good in the second half. And there was a couple 3-and-outs. He was sacked 5 times. I wish he would look to run the ball a little bit more. Maybe the opportunities just weren't there.
I love the little play action or whatever they did, the run-pass option there for the first down where he ran. It was great. You could do that more often. I don't get it.
Yeah. But again, like I said, a win's a win. A team win, special teams, defense, offense did enough in the first half to give him a pretty sizable lead. And the mistakes that Ridder made were the difference. So my Howell eval for the game, B. I've only given him 1 failing grade for the year, and that was obviously the Buffalo game.
Yeah, I'll give him a B too. I was very happy with the overall performance, but you know, he still does take a few too many sacks. Although I will say again, and I don't know if he did this purposefully, but there were at least 2 sacks that it was actually better that he just ate it and let the clock run. So that they weren't terrible. But some of the others, I am stunned, and I'm a Howell guy. I like him. I'm stunned that he doesn't feel a guy run past him, and then when he gets a little flustered, he doesn't realize that guy's still there.
Yeah.
And he kind of runs into these guys.
I don't know how you coach out. I don't know how you coach out the tendency too, where, all right, if he doesn't see his first couple of progressions, right, and he has a pocket, instead of kind of like bouncing there and waiting, he always, I should say always, he tends to run up, okay? And then he runs into a sack. Like his clock is, if I don't see it, then I'm going to run forward. And sometimes he just runs right into sacks.
No, he does. And he backs into him too. Like, I don't know, it's weird. He's got a weird...
But, again, compared to Malik Willis, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I've never seen a quarterback that bad in the pocket.
Yeah, I would agree.
I've never seen a professional quarterback as bad as Malik Willis in the pocket. I don't know how many dropbacks he had. He was sacked 4 times. He probably dropped back 15 times.
I was going to say, wasn't in that very long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tennessee's got some real major issues if Tannehill's going to be out for a while.
And by the way, Tannehill's numbers this year are putrid.
Yeah. I mean, they're moving on from him. But I would agree. Getting back to Howell, I just wish he would look to step up into the pocket a little bit more and then
quicker
and then just go, because you could get 6, 7, 10 yards at a pop if he was looking to do that more.
Right.
So he's been sacked 34 times now in 6 games.
Yeah, no,
so
that's
almost
bad.
6 times a game he's being sacked.
It's bad.
You know, the worry is the hits pile up, right? They add up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a tremendous amount of sacks. Now, he's a stocky guy, and I haven't been nervous like he's going to be, hurt out of the game.
No, he's pretty tough. But, you get dinged in the head. I know in the week 1 or week 2, he got hit in the head real hard. I think it was Arizona, and I was nervous.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much the only time. There was one sack, I think the first one he gave up, where he got his bell rung pretty good. But he's tough. Overall, I'm basically thrilled with what I see, especially in terms of him throwing the ball. He just makes big time throws, but he just got to. There's a lot to clean up, and to be expected of a young quarterback. So I'm glad we have him versus some of the other young quarterbacks around the league. Believe me. So for me, I give him a B. Give him a solid B. You'd like to see him be able to sustain the drives better in the second half. I think there was a slant or two, that one that Ron's talking about where his clock was sped up a little bit. You would have liked to see him, just maybe, just make some of those throws, just complete some of those throws. But overall, I think he's pretty darn accurate, and he's got balls. So I like the kid.
Yeah, in terms of accuracy, if you're looking at completion percentage amongst quarterbacks in the league.
Is he 15? Something?
He's 10th.
Yeah.
10th at 67.8.
Yeah, that's a good number.
Like I said, quarterback rating, if you go old school passer rating, I think he's 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 20th in QBR. So
his passer rating has been pretty good most weeks. QBR, I'm sure, is getting dinged for the sacks. I'm sure that QBR must take that into account more.
I think there have been 55 quarterbacks play already this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not all of that is because of injury. Some of that's because of, mop-up duty type thing. But 55 quarterbacks, and you're going to see more this year or this week because you got more banged-up quarterbacks. Garoppolo goes down again. So it's crazy. I mean, if you have a young quarterback that can just stay in there for 6 consecutive weeks or longer, that's pretty impressive.
Good.
But
yeah.
he does have to cut down on the hits because eventually that's going to take its toll.